Hi, I'm Drew Montel with the Ernie Ball Company, here to show you the Game Changer web application. Let's take a look. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is go over the instrument page, which is what comes up on the Game Changer web application right when you plug your instrument in. So you can see here on the left-hand side of the instrument page, we have our preset tree, which shows you your guitar scheme, your guitar banks from A, B to Z. On each individual preset and bank, you can see here that you can write notes, you can save, or you can delete the presets from or to your user library. On the right-hand side of the screen, you'll notice that there's an image of the instrument. In this particular case, we have an HSH guitar plugged in. And on the bottom of the screen, you'll notice we have what we call our grid. As I click through any of the presets on the left-hand side, you'll notice that the guitar image updates to whatever coils are actually on, as does the grid. You'll notice there are images of coils that are grayed out, which means they're off, and images of the coils that are green, which means they're on. Now I'd like to show you how to create your own presets by using the Game Changer web application and the image of the instrument itself.
The first thing you want to do is unlock the screen. Now I have access to click on any of the coils displayed. Take the single coil for example. I can click on it once and turn it on. I can click it again, reversing the phase, and I can click it once more to turn it back off. The humbuckers work a little bit differently. What we've done is allowed for 10 different humbucking presets to be clicked through to easily achieve a variety of tones. By clicking anywhere on the humbucker, the first coil is turned on, then reverse phased, followed by the second coil, then reverse phased. Now we have 1 in series with 2, then coil 1 is reverse phased in that combination, followed by coil 2 being reverse phased in that combination. And lastly we have coil 1 in parallel with coil 2, with coil 1 reverse phased and coil 2 reverse phased, and then off again.
So as you can see, by simply clicking on these pickups, I can get a wide variety of different coil combinations. I'd now like to show you how to create your own presets using the grid on the Game Changer web application. The first thing you'll want to do is unlock the screen. You'll then notice a grid of clickable circles in the lower half. Each one of these rows represents an individual coil that you can wire. Each vertical line represents a point in which you can connect those wires. The leftmost vertical line represents the input of all of the coil combinations, and the rightmost vertical line represents the output of the coil combinations. So for example, if I wanted to turn coil 1 on, I'd simply click on the circle on the input of coil 1 and the output of coil 1. You'll notice the bar turns green and that coil is now turned on. If I wanted to add a coil to the combination, let's say coil 2 for example, I can perform the same exact functionality by clicking on the left and right hand vertical lines. This particular coil combination is considered 1 parallel 2. I'd like to show you what 1 series 2 looks like. I can do that by clearing the grid, starting on the input of coil 1 and clicking on to the second vertical line, and then adding coil 2 by starting on that same vertical line and going to the output. Now you can see coil 1 ends where coil 2 begins. Thus, 1 series 2.
At any time, I can reverse the phase of a coil by clicking on the arrow located on the left-hand side of the grid.
I'd now like to click on the Quick Help menu to show you exactly what we just went over. By simply clicking on the input and the output of any particular row, you'll be turning that coil on.
If you click on the arrow located on the left side of any row, you will reverse the phase of that particular coil.
This shows you how to wire two pickups in parallel. The way that is done is by making sure the beginning and the ends of any particular bar are starting and stopping on the same vertical lines. As you can see here, both coils 1 and 2 start and stop on the same vertical lines. This is called 1 parallel 2, or 1P2. This particular image shows coil 1 ending and coil 2 beginning on the same vertical line, which symbolizes 1 in series with 2, or 1S2.
Lastly, you can visualize the power of the game changer by using the grid. For example, this particular preset shows coil 3 in series with coil 1, in series with coil 4, all of which is in parallel with a reverse phased coil 2.
So as you can see, the grid allows you to come up with an unlimited quantity of different pickup combinations that you prefer. I'd now like to show you around the library on the Music Man Game Changer web application. So as you can see, we're on the library page, which shows you a variety of presets, banks, and schemes that have come preloaded for you to choose from or review. You can see we have banks of genres. We have British invasion guitar, classic rock guitar, funk bass, and a large variety of other different guitar and bass presets and banks. We have Music Man factory defaults and schemes. You can see here we have a variety of different instruments already loaded, so you can always get back to your factory default settings. We have artist banks. You can see here we have a wide variety of artists who have already saved some of their favorite banks and presets. And we also have a user section where you can save your favorite presets, banks, and schemes. Let's take a look at the genre menu. As you can see, we have a wide variety of guitar and bass genres. Let's take a look at the funk guitar. Here we have a bank of 5 different presets that have different coil combinations voiced for the funk genre. Let's say I wanted to load this bank onto my instrument. First, I would click on the Instrument Library tab. As you can see, the left-hand side of the page shows the library view, in particular the funk guitar bank we were previously looking at. The upper grid will show you a graphical representation of all of the presets in the library view. On the right-hand side, you can see we have a reflex guitar HSH plugged into the computer. The grid on the lower half of the screen represents a graphical view of what's going on the right-hand side of the page. Let's say I want to rewire my bank A with this funk guitar bank from the library. I simply need to drag and drop that bank directly over my bank A on my instrument side and press sync. Once the page refreshes, I have now completely rewired my bank A. For more information on the Game Changer, check out gamechanger.music-man.com.